Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Braintree High Hockey. I'm Kevin Casey alongside Ted Harrington and Christian Patterson behind the camera. And we have a road trip, Ted, all the way out to West Springfield. Teddy's a great wheelman. Got us out here safely 83 miles from your house. And we get to do a road game against Pope Francis.
It was great. We're going to stop at Servants Village on the way out, which is nice. Just to bring back those old memories of a road trip. No, the Olympia Ice Center, this place is really filling up. A lot of hockey tradition out here and a lot of buzz here. And there's a good rematch for the Braintree and Pope Francis. It was December 29th that Braintree was in control and winning that game 2-0. And then Pope Francis came back, ended up winning 4-2. But it was a very, very close game. So this is a good rematch for Braintree. Kind of a tough matchup in the second round, but let's see what we can do. Pope Francis is 13-5-2, just beat a Wamps team 6-1, and they beat some pretty good teams this year, including CM. They beat Fairfield Prep. They did lose to a Commonsville Framingham in overtime. They lost to Hingham 3-1, but Brian Foley's been out here for almost 20 years. He gets all the great players in the vicinity, as they say, including some kids from Connecticut. So it's a very, very good program. But I think this is a very good Braintree team. Probably the biggest postseason game they've had since they went to the Garden in 2014. So it should be fun, Kevin.
Yeah, no, definitely, Ted. Braintree will be in their road blue. The nice tunings. And as you said, Braintree travels well. They're still packing them in here at the Olympia Ice Arena in Springfield. And like you said, tough slog. Braintree was ranked number 9, Pope Francis number 8. Earlier in the season, Braintree was right there. We jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the third period. Pope Francis came back. They went ahead with 1 minute and 30-something seconds left.
And they pulled the goalie. That's it. Right.
But like we said at that time, Braintree was right with them the whole game.
Absolutely.
And they got a couple of good lines, a couple of good players with a lot of points. But Braintree's depth hopefully will carry them tonight.
Hopefully that'll carry the day, Kevin.
Yeah. So we're going to turn it over to the public address announcement for the starting lineup. We'll be back for the puck drop in just a minute.
For this evening's matchup between the Braintree Wamps and your Pope Francis Cardinals.
Ooh, that's not good.
At forward, number 8, Nolan Leonard. At forward, number 6, Larry Graziano. At forward, number 22, Kyle Hutchinson. Number 3, Danny Stevens. On the bench, number 15, Ryan Norton. In goal, number 1, Jasper Earl. Assistant coaches for Sean Rizzo, Michael Larkin, and David Deshawn Jr. The head coach of the Wamps is Dale Deshawn.
He's going to go telling
Oh, yeah. Oh, dear. Oh, my goodness.
Already controversy. You haven't dropped the puck yet. All right.
Number 44, Josh
Okay.
Turn your attention to the televised area. And please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats. Tonight, performing the national anthem is Pope Francis sophomore, Andrea Gomez.
Good job.
Yeah, and you have the starting lineup.
You can't really see the benches here, Kevin. It's been unusual to see just the top of the benches there a little bit.
We're in a nice warm, little bit different from the ZAP, huh, Ted?
Oh, this is a different time zone out here, Kevin. This is the Wild West.
It is.
And the question I asked one of the coaches, not to be named, I said, where are the refs from? Are they from the 413 area code, or?
I think we'll find out pretty quickly, Ted.
I thought it was bad when we went over the bridge down to the
Gallo.
Yeah, you're never going to call down there. I don't think you're going to call out here, so you got to be smart. You got to stay out of the box, because we'll see. We'll see where these guys are from, but
They said the last time Braintree lost 3-2 in a close one, so hopefully we'll turn the tables tonight as they play in the quarterfinal round of the MIAA State Hockey Tournament. And the puck is down and controlled by Rhodes. As it's played out into center. Good back check by Hutchinson as he forces Rhodes' feet. As it's just played out to center. That looked like it was on the line. Back for it is Norton as he forechecked, and now Leonard gets it up the board to Graziano. To Leonard. Gets it to the middle for Hutchinson. Hutchinson hustling in on Bryce left. There's now Braintree back on the regroup as it's played back the other way. Selected by Hemingway. As Pope Francis will look to start out as it's stopped at center. Played back in by Norton. Now it's picked up by Foyle. And Keegan gets it up. As they play cut, it's kept in by O'Leary. He's now lifted his Keegan. Nice reverse. And he'll stop the other way. Keegan looking for some space. Forecheck by O'Leary. Pope Francis on the forecheck here for the Wamps. There's the second line about to and it's back to the point. Nice block. Great block. Good work by Graziano to keep that puck. Nice move on the inside by Garrett Coughlin. Played back to the point. Shot goes wide by Gaffney. As now it's kept in by DiMartino as he gets it back down low. Pope Francis spins it around and it stopped and played back in. Now Braintree will have to regroup. Get back on side and take up. And now with it is Fasano. Nick Fasano chips it in from center. Braintree will go for a change. On the forecheck is Flynn. Owen Flynn behind the net. It's cleared out by Buffoni as it's kept in. Nice forecheck by Wood. As now it's stopped at center. Cleared back in by Donovan, senior defenseman. As now with it is Gaffney as he chips it up. Played back in by Flynn. That was a bounce off the board.
Good work.
Yeah, a little ricochet there. As now battling along the sidewall is Woods. As Tobacco in there as well with Petrovic. As Tobacco's knocked down from behind, they'll let them play. Good work at the point.
Oh, nice.
Cody. Shot, rebound.
Oh, good bid.
Doesn't get through. Nice bid by Cody to keep the puck in and get a scoring chance.
Rose didn't see it right off the head.
No, as it's cleared in from the point by Ridge. Oh, and Braintree just almost had a chance.
Yeah.
Braintree with a couple of quick chances back on the regroup. As it's played back in by Flynn. Now with it is Graziano on the forecheck. As it's played out to center. Played back, that should be no icing. As Cody moves it around. It's gathered. And played out, and now played back in by Pope Francis. As now Cody will try to get it up the board.
Nice play by Cody.
It's stopped by Russ. As he goes to his defense partner Hemingway. As it's played over, coming over the blue line is Pope Francis. Good back set by the Wamps as Leonard will look to start out as he gets it over to the left wing side.
Nice pass.
Coming in is Hutchinson. Shot just goes wide. Kyle Hutchinson with a chance. On a good scoring chance. Good feed by Leonard.
I'd say so, right on the pace.
Yeah, he got him streaking and Braintree on the attack again. Hutchinson, I'm sorry, that's DiMartino. And now skating is out. Good back check by DiMartino. Nice work.
Good back check.
I know, good back check. You better not call it.
No.
Up and down they go, as they say. As it's stopped by Norton. Norton's pass is intercepted. Played back in by Pope Francis. As now Pisano will look to start out. Pisano is hit.
Oh, lucky there.
Down deep. Nice work by Norton. As Pisano looks to start it out. Back in to help out is Coughlin. Up to Pisano. At least you might get a truer bounce off the board there, Teddy, versus the zap, you know?
Oh, nice hit by Keegan.
Keegan lays the ball.
Wow.
Now Jared Coughlin is streaking down the left wing side. Slowed up a bit, stays with it in the slot to Pisano. Shot around on the wrap.
Oh, good bid.
Coughlin stopped. And now it's started out by Pope Francis as the Cardinals have
Great
to go
strong
back.
move by Coughlin to the net.
We have 9:58 left, first period. No score from Olympia Ice Center. As it's played back around, stopped up behind the net, going after the Ivy, Josh Ivy. As McGuire tries to get it out, and back the other way we'll try it with Donovan. As he chips it up.
Well done.
Nice work, Duran coming over. As he gets it to Rizzo, Rizzo scores deep. As Sharon battles for it. As we had a little bit of controversy at the start, they were calling us Wamps, Teddy. So a couple of the moms straightened them out.
Oh, God, yeah.
Told them it's the Wamps.
That was inadvertent, I'm sure.
And now with it is Gaffney.
Oh, nice play by Gaff.
Up the board. Tabuco tips it to Rizzo. Braintree in the line change. Tabuco on the forecheck. And back the other way come the Cardinals. Stopped by Woods. Jack Woods shot.
Oh,
just saved
outside.
by Rose as it goes to the corner. On a nice shot by Woods. As the face-off is tied up by Ryan Rose.
Great pace, Kevin.
Yeah. Very good pace.
Braintree's flying.
5 shots on goal for
Yeah,
the Wamps.
that's it.
And none for Pope Francis at the moment. Face off to the right of Rose. And the draw is Flynn. As he goes against O'Leary. Pope Francis. As the play is battled for. Shot
Oh, good bid.
on a quick bid by Tabuco right off the draw. Nice face-off win. Tabuco in the slot. Just gets deflected wide. As Tabuco battling for it, and back comes the way is Pope Francis. As it's slid in, picked up and gathered along. As Flynn tries to keep it, get it out, and it's just knocked back in as the puck goes out of play. With 8:20 left, no score from the Olympia. Yeah, good pace, Ted. Up and down they go.
Bracey's has some really good scoring chances. Playing some good defense, too.
Yes, yeah, face off to the right. It's on the draw. It goes Larry against Leonard. Face off is won by Leonard as Braintree will go the bomber. As it's skipped out by Hutchinson. Slid back in and steered aside by Fitzgerald. And now with it is Cody. Cody goes wide side left to Hutchinson. Goes off of his stick. Slid back in the corner and now Cody has it. Cody up to...
Oh, boy.
Graziano. Graziano chips it along.
Cody just took an elbow to the head. No call. Behind the play.
Yeah. That's a nice forecheck by Leonard as he battles in the corner. Nolan Leonard.
Loose.
Still loose. As Hutchinson right on the doorstep with a chance. We'll get Coughlin, DiMartino, and Pisano. The forward line for the Wamps. Now O'Leary will be on the draw against Coughlin. He's off to the left of Rhodes. Senate won by the Wamps. Shot doesn't get through. As it's stopped out front by Hemingway. As it's stopped at the line by Keegan. Keegan looking for some room. Norton.
Oh!
Shot. And a save off the blocker by Rhodes.
Senior captain Ryan Norton just let that thing go.
Yes, that was labeled for the top corner, Ted.
A little pepper on that one.
Yeah. He's off to the right of Rhodes. Coughlin on the draw. Against O'Leary. It's won by O'Leary. Down low. Kept in. As we got a high stick on the run. Face-off will be in the Braintree zone.
I guess Norton had to stick up when it hit the puck. He's trying to block it.
I didn't think the stick was that high.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Face-off to the left of Fitzgerald. O'Leary on the draw against Coughlin. Won by Coughlin. As he brings it around to Pisano. Pisano can't keep it going, get it out, stop, stayed back in, and now with it in the corner is Norton as he chips it out to center.
Nice play.
That would have been a hand pass, so the Pope Princess player let it go. And now Keegan on the regroup. Keegan gets it over the blue line, steers it in on Rhodes as he steers it aside. As now it's stopped at center. And slid back in by Gaffney. Oh! As the goaltender almost played it recklessly. As now Keegan tries to get it to the blue line, red line. Slid back in Gaffney after it. Gaffney gets it over to his defense partner. Pope Francis with 2 4-checkers. As now it's coming out through center is Tabuco. Denny Tabuco gets it in deep. Flynn going after it in the corner. Against Russ, and it's skated away by Pope Francis, but it's stopped by Woods. Out front, it's blocked and skated away. And now Braintree back in on the forecheck. As it rings it around to the left wing side, stopped at the point by Gaffney. Gaffney shot, and it hits Tabuco out front, but we should get icing on Pope Francis.
That's all, Kelly.
With 6:03 left, first period, no score.
Gaff let that go. Unfortunately, hit one of his teammates. I think he got Kabuku, and that's, I think he's coming in about 100 miles an hour.
He did. Braintree up in the shot department, 8-1, but what matters is the score.
That's it.
As Rizzo on the draw against Ivy, as it's won by Pope Francis. As they ring it back around, selected by Pope Francis as they go wide side. Ivy coming in.
Oh, big save by Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald flashes the lever. As Ivy with 31 points.
Yeah,
he's not the guy you want shooting.
No, and he was, what you say, wide open on the transition, and he said 31 points. That's a lot of points in a 20-game season. Big kid, just a junior, and Fitzy with a nice glove save.
Nice win on the draw by Leonard. There's now Hutchinson tries to get it out. As it stepped in deep, back to the point. Shot goes
Watch out.
wide, coming back. That's good. The boards were dead, Teddy.
Yeah, you're
That
right.
could have been trouble.
Watch out.
And Braintree getting a little bit of
Get it out.
here.
Yeah.
As it's cleared back, no
ice,
icing.
no ice.
I think the defenseman touched it. Is now coming out is Pope Francis.
Pick it up.
Oh, just couldn't get it. As it's cleared back in by Ridge. Rhodes to collect it. As he leaves it for Bolduc. Bolduc clears it down. And it's going to be tied up by Fitzgerald. With 5:09 left, no score.
It looks like they got the brothers on this. You got the
Goldman.
Rhodes. Right?
A sophomore and a senior. He's up to the right of six. And the draw is Coughlin. Plays down. Coughlin wins it. As they try to go the bomber, and it's deflected, but now Coughlin has it. Coughlin coming over the blue line. He's broken up. Steered out by Russ. And it goes back for it now is Cody as he gets it to his defense partner Ridge.
A pass.
Back to Cody.
Oh, shoot.
He overstates it and back the other way comes Pope Francis. Shot saved by Fitzgerald. And Pope Francis with a couple of bids.
Yeah, they're pretty quick in the transition,
They are.
too.
Yeah, you don't want to give them any space, that's for sure.
I like the way Braintree's moving the puck, though. They're really looking at those long ball passes, too, and stretching the ice.
Face off to the left. It's won by Flynn. Gets it back to Keegan. Keegan can't quite connect. And we're going to get icing on the Wamps. Face off back in the Braintree zone.
Yeah, both teams here can score a lot of goals. Pope Francis, 74 goals. Braintree at 93 goals.
Wow.
A lot of goals.
Face off to the right. It's Fitzgerald. Is Flynn on the draw. Face off is down. Won by St. Francis as they work it along the board. Good job by Woods trying to get it out. Shot and a save by Fitzgerald. On a bid by Tafoni from the point.
You can tell Fitzy's a baseball player. He's like grabbing the ground ball in the hole on that one.
Got that glove going, that's right. They Flynn on the draw against Petrovic. It's won by Pope Francis as they go D to D. Shot
Nice
save
save.
by Fitzgerald. As Pope Francis getting
They're putting the pressure on, absolutely. Watch out.
The jitter.
Watch out.
It's a little careless.
Yeah, that's dangerous pass.
Come on, boys, just get it out. And now Woods will go and collect it. Woods will chip it out to center as it goes into the Pope Francis zone. And on the forecheck is Flynn into Bucco. As it's played out to center, that should be icing. With 3:50 left, no score.
A good crowd here, Kevin. People still filtering in.
Still piling in.
About a 2-hour drive out from Braintree, and
A little road trip.
yeah, a little road trip for sure.
Face off to the left. The road. Coughlin on the draw against Ivy. As the play is down. Shot and a
gee.
save. Quick shot by DiMartino. And a save. Here comes Ivy coming over the blue line.
No, he tried to sell it.
He did.
He tried to sell it.
That was, we'll take it. As coming back the other way is DiMartino. He's taken out, stays with it. And they ring it around the other side. It's picked up by Fasano. As Fasano will get it in deep.
Well play.
Coughlin on the forecheck, staying right with it. Garrett Coughlin comes away with it. In the slot, shot and a save. As it's deflected over the net. Fasano going after it. As now Pope Francis looks to start out. Coming out through center.
Nice play.
Foyle's broken up. At the blue line is Braintree would going to go wide side.
Too bad.
Oh no.
Too bad there.
Looks like he might have been able to get it.
Like he give the old college try.
Yeah.
Nice poke check by Gaff. That last play.
Really good play. Standing up at the blue line. He's off to the left of Fitzgerald. Is on the draw is O'Leary and Rizzo. As it's played back in and controlled by Pope Francis as it's tipped out. McGuire. Turned back in by Pope Francis. Cody will get it over to his defense partner. Tips it up to Ridge. Ridge gets it up to McGuire. And back will try the other way. As now with it is Ridge. As he's broken up. Might have got away with another one there.
Yep.
Rizzo will clear it in. McGuire going after it on the forecheck. As it's cleared around and out by Pope Francis. Coming down the right wing side is Wigman. He'll clear it up. As with it now is Cody. Cody gets it out to center. Goes off the tee, then 6 shots. Just goes wide by Ivy.
These guys pounce pretty quick.
Yes, you got to be careful.
Get it out, boys. Get it out. Get it out, boys. Not there, Ridge.
There.
Oh, boy. Get her out.
And now shot saved by Fitzgerald.
50. Just like the doctor ordered there. And if in doubt, get it out.
Coach Rizzo educating his son about where not to stick handle.
Another teaching moment. You guys are always teaching. Always teaching.
Absolutely. Takes off to the right is Fitzgerald. As the play is down, one by Pope Francis. They clear it in the corner. Back around after it is Norton. Norton tries to chip it up to Graziano. He gets it to Leonard. Leonard coming down the right wing side. Nolan Leonard. Shot and is saved by Rhodes. As Leonard with those quick feet and a quick shot.
He's tough to contain.
He is. We have 1:33 left here in the first period. No score.
Quick period.
Yeah.
Not a lot of whistles.
Up and down, Teddy. Good action. Good scoring chances each side. Leonard on the draw against Ivy. As it's won by the Wamps. Keegan gets it down low. Leonard tips up front. Shot. Doesn't get through. As he had a nice feed to Hutch and he just couldn't get the pass through. Back the other way comes Pope Francis. Coming over the blue line.
Nice save.
Saved by Fitzgerald. Puck is loose. Tied up. Is taking a shot at it with Coyle.
Fitzy's really made some nice saves and he's keeping the puck close.
He's been tested, Ted.
Yeah, the rebounds are going way out and he's pouncing on anything in front. These guys are very quick. You can't make a mistake with the Cardinals. They're going to jump on you.
Why you make good, smart hockey plays in your own zone? Face-off is one at the dot, controlled by a Wamp. Skated around or skate around. Is now with the Flynn trying to get it out. Is it pinned along the board?
Watch out.
A minute left as they go D to D. Back over. Shot doesn't get through by Hemingway, and now it's skipped out to center. And with it is Keegan as he starts to try to start out. As he stands on it, and now skated away. Wood loses it. Shot deflected out front. That goes off from Moltenberry. Shot saved by Fitz. Wow. Must be a little sloppy in their own zone.
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
That's it.
Yikes.
Really creating opportunities for...
Giving them chances. That's right. On the draw now is Rhodes. He'll go against Cochran. Ivano and DiMartino.
That's it.
That's a... You got him. Yeah.
There we go.
That one. As the Pope Francis player smashed the stick out of Cochran's hand.
Yeah.
Braintree on the power play.
And you can tell the refs did not want to call it.
No.
But some calls you're going to make, Kevin.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you,
especially that. He was skating away with it.
And plus it's the star, too. They want to call him the star. But all that being said, good call. Coughlin creates he draws a lot of penalties.
Yes.
Just because he's hustling and he's always in the thick of it.
28 seconds left this period on the power play. Coughlin on the draw. As it's won by Coughlin. Aggressive forecheck on Pope Francis as they clear it down. There's now going back for it is Leonard. Leonard is junior co-captain. Coming out through center. Coming down the left wing side. Clears it in. As it's stopped by Russ. Blocked by Pisano to keep it alive. Russ, you can't put your hand on it, bud.
There it is.
Oh, just can't get through. Braintree had a shot. The time will expire here in the first period with no score.
Hey, that's a good period. Braintree really jumped out quick. I had them with 12 shots. I'm going to go with my count. I get 10-9, I get 12-10, but anyway, very close back and forth. There was a period of time where Pope Francis really carried the play. Braintree was a little sloppy in their own end, and this type of team you can't make a mistake with. But this is going to be a good game.
Yeah,
very good game.
Just like the last game, Ted.
And
no score.
I'll tell you, Fitzy made some big saves.
He did.
You know,
he's locked in tonight.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of fun as the game goes on. Part of the segment now, Ask the Coach.
Ask the Coach.
And Kevin, you've seen a lot of hockey games. You've seen a lot of state games, college games, etc. And everything's a bit tighter when you come to the state playoffs, especially the second round and the third round. What are the keys to a win? What are the coaches telling these kids, especially the younger classmen or whoever? I mean, just what do you do? Are you changing your game plan at all, or you?
I don't think so, Ted. I think you just want to play your game, stay within yourself. You know, don't get too high, keep it nice and level, and you know, like you said, Braintree in this period really started out well. I think Pope Francis might have had some jitters early on.
Yeah.
Braintree had some good chances, and you know, I think they showed Pope Francis we're here for a game tonight. So, you know, Pope Francis did get their legs under them, but no, it's just you can't go changing anything right now as the season's, you know, just to the very end, and you don't want to monkey with stuff.
No,
like
certainly not. But is there a different strategy? Who knows? You want to stay out of the box as much as you can. There's so many power play goals in high school hockey. These teams know each other. They've played each other already. There's pretty good scouting, more scouting than what used to happen back in the old days. But these guys know each other, and I think they respect each other too. But yeah, just play smart. Play smart in all three zones. Try to stay out of the box. Try to take care of the puck in your own zone.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be talking about that in the locker room.
But
don't stick him on the slot. Get it to the corner.
No blood, no foul there. Just another learning moment. But so let's see what happens when we roll into that second period, Kevin.
All right. So we're going to clean the ice, pay some bills. We'll be back for the start of the second period with no score from the Olympia Ice Center in West Springfield. We'll see you in a minute.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you know, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team. If we all show up together, that's what it's all about.
I was a part of helping to build what it is today.
I'm really lucky to get to be a part of that legacy.
Just that simple act that takes, 5 or 10 minutes of your time is making a difference and is transforming someone else's life.
Once you get there and realize how much you can change someone's life, it's one of the best feelings in the world.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
You guys keep doing what you're doing. It's something special.
Get up and try something. Just try it. Just go to one event, one action team event.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
Seth Thomas down with the watch to be the beneficiary of death? What's that? Do I get a Seth Thomas down with the watch? Mr. Sid.
Don't sit down. All right, we're back. Braintree on the power play. We had a visit by Brian Cusack.
Oh, Hall of Fame announcer, yeah.
Cusack, that's right. Hall of Fame announcer.
A lot of good stories.
Back in the day for about 10, 12 years. Nice to see Brian make a trip out here. As Keegan gets it over to Nolan Leonard Joe is Braintree with the umbrella. And Pope Francis not really sure how to cover.
Yeah, Brian was giving us some trivia. 50 years ago today, they beat Brookline to qualify for
the state tournament.
Joe Finau from Brookline, and Michael Ruzioni from Winthrop. They beat Winthrop also. 1972.
Set up the power play for the Wamps. And Cesano shot over the net. Let's get it on net. Gets it down to Coughlin, back to Leonard. Leonard, Leonard just can't connect out front with DiMartino. As Pisano's got his block. Back down low. Back to the point. Leonard over to Keegan. Shot down the middle. Shot loose, still loose. On the side of the net.
Got about 3 shots there, Kevin.
Now stopped by Leonard. Fake pass. Braintree with a couple of sparkling chances.
Yeah. And tipped the cap to the goaltender. Rhodes came up big.
He certainly did.
They had a chance there. It just couldn't get it over the pad.
Great puck movement.
Yeah.
You said that before. Hope Princess was running around, and Braintree had some really, really nice chances. As they have 5 seconds left on the man advantage. Loose off to the right. One and control.
Watch their start coming out. Watch this kid.
Hope Princess, and now back for is Gaffney. As Gaffney gets it up, and it's broken up at center. Woods loses it. Fed back in by Molten Gray. As now it's fed up to Tabuco. As Tabuco looks to start out. Tipped on the left wing side. As it's played and forced down. As back for it of the Wamps. As it's just chipped out. He didn't even try for it. Come on, bud. He went right by him. You got to call. You can't call that icing.
That's the rule. Should have made at least an effort to try to knock it down.
It went right by his stick. It was 2 inches away. But face off back in the Braintree zone. As we'll have Leonard centering Graziano and Hutchinson. It's won by Leonard. Back around to Donovan as he's pinned in the corner. There's 2 white shirts and 1 blue shirt. Need some help, fellas. There we go. As Leonard loses it. As it stops at the blue line. You don't want to lose it at the blue line. As now Hutchinson clears it in behind the net for Pope Francis and selecting it as Bolduck. As Bolduck gets it out through center. As it's slowed down by... Now, Duran just can't get it past. Graziano. And now skating away a bit is Gaffney as he pulls it out to center.
Yeah, nice play by Gaff.
Out of harm's way as Gaffney will clear it in. As with it now is Duran in the corner.
Big body.
Duran, big body. And Pope Princess starts out. They're going to get icing on
Dodge the bullet there.
Yeah. As they tried to split fast.
Yeah, Colin Foyle was really wide open. Just luckily out of his reach.
Yeah.
Goes for an ice.
Will be back in the Pope Princess zone. We go on the draw against Ivy. We'll try that again. There's on the draw is Duran against Ivy. They battle hard in the dot, and it's won by Pope Princess and skated away by the Cardinals. As Cody steps up and deflects the pass puck into the corner. As Braintree looks to start out, as Duran goes off in the Maguire's skate. Back down low.
Watch out.
Cleared aside, still loose, and now Duran will skate away. They're coming out through center. Duran shot over the net. Got to get that a little bit lower. As now it's skated out and started out through center by Russ. As Braintree looks to come back the other way. Maguire just can't touch it. I thought he touched it. He thought he did too.
He did too. He's not going to win that argument. We'll go as an ice.
In the Braintree zone with 11:09 left. No score. Face off to the left of Fitzgerald, and it's won by Coughlin. And Braintree will do the bomber. Coming in on goal. Puck was loose. DiMartino hustles in there. Quick whistle.
Yeah, you got to protect the goalie. That's a great bid for the Bomber, huh?
Yes. Braintree works that play quite often.
Yeah, they do, and it can be quite effective.
Going back to the Coach Dooms and Coach Ward days.
That's right.
We did that with our guy said. In Utah. Fasano on the draw now against O'Leary.
He's shooting right off.
Goes forward.
Yeah, that's a pretty...
That's a set play, too.
That's a set play. That's very nice.
Fasano with the scoring bid and a save by Rose. Coughlin will win it back. As Fasano looking for some room and goes off of his stick, and now back the other way. Hope Francis loses it. As it's knocked out of play by Norton.
Norton tried to go off the glass with it and took a bad bounce and have a low ceiling here.
Face off in the neutral zone. We have O'Leary against Coughlin. Play is down, won by the Wamps as they go D to D. Good work by Fasano to get it in. Braintree on the forecheck.
Nice pinch by Norty.
Yeah, good pinch by Norty. Get the play down low. DiMartino on the forecheck. Norton coming again. Nice work to keep the play alive. Coughlin has it. Coughlin still battling for it, and now it's skated away by Moulton Gray. As it's cleared back up, as Coughlin still fighting for the puck. Jared Coughlin is senior.
Yeah,
nice work.
He's like a water bug.
Jared, yes, he is. Nice move, Jared Coughlin. Up front.
Look at that pass. Look at that pass.
On a quick bid, Fasano had a shot.
Looks like Rick Middleton out there.
Oh,
I mean,
man,
that's
nifty is right.
What a play.
As Braintree now has to start out in their own zone, stopped at the point. As it's played back in. Braintree trying to get it going.
Norty took a tough hit. I didn't see it. I heard it.
As Flynn stops it now. As it's played in and collected by Keegan. As Keegan tries to play it off the net to himself. And now to Bucco. Bucco's pass to Woods can't connect. Stepped in by Flynn.
Oh, you got hauled down. Are you kidding me?
Hauled down, guys.
Right in front of the ref.
Oh, man. You should call it if it's a penalty.
Yeah, that's absurd.
As it's played back the other way by the Wamps, collected by Rhodes. And so try the other side is now Russ. And he stopped and played back in. Braintree has to tag up, and skating it out now is Russ. Russ is broken up at center. Played back in. Donovan going after it. He's rubbed out. Flynn in to help out. Owen Flynn. As he chips it out to Hutchinson. As it's played back around. There's now Pope Francis on the attack. As it stops. Hutchinson battling for it along the board. As it goes back down deep. Donovan takes out his man.
Oh,
as it's passed out the other side. Shot.
Oh, got out.
Cleared out. Beyond the reach of Bolduc. As now Braintree will look to get something going. As their pass is intercepted, played in by Pope Francis. As the action is back and forth they go. As Paducco can't quite connect with Leonard. And now Gaffney will get it out to center. As that check should have been offside, Ted.
Yeah.
And now it's off a skate, and Hutchinson just can't get anything on it, and it's tied up by Rhodes.
Hutch had some time. He didn't realize he had as much time as he did.
Yeah.
Now we'll take it.
7:53 left, second period, no score. Leonard on the draw against O'Leary. As the play is down, won by Pope Francis. As they blast it out, and it's stopped and collected by Ridge. Ronan Ridge can't get it out to center, but now Leonard breaks it up. Going back for it now is Buffoni.
Oh, dangerous.
By Leonard, and it just goes off his skate. And now it's stopped at center, and Ridge will get it up to Leonard. Ronan Leonard coming over the blue line. Oh, he's broken up on a sweep check by Buffoni. as it's cleared down by Pope Francis for icing.
That's a good sign. They had to get a whistle.
Yes. And the face-off will come all the way back.
Kind of settled down a little bit. Not as much offense from either side. Right.
It scares me, you know. They get the matchup, but gotta be careful. As the face-off is down, Rizzo and Maguire, as it's stopped by Cody, straight in deep. Rizzo going after it, played back around the other side, collected by Rhodes. Rhodes gets it out to Ivy. Ivy coming out through center, as it's cleared over. There's now Rizzo. We're ringing around to Maguire. Maguire battling to get it out. And it goes back the other way, back in the slot. And now Sharon will start out. Jeff Sharon clears it down. Braintree will get some fresh legs out there. And Pope Francis. Nice breakup by DiMartino to keep the play in. Charlie DiMartino on the court.
That's good hustle.
As he gets it to Sharon. Oh, and it's just pinned on out front by Russ.
Numbers.
And back the other way comes Pope Francis. There's a nice breakup by Norton. As they're on the wraparound, another good play by Rizzo to break up the play. As Pope Francis looking to get a shot on net here. As it's cleared the other side, shot and blocked out front by Norton.
Nice play by Norton.
And cleared down the length of the ice. And Braintree will get a couple of...
That's a nice work by that fourth line, Kevin.
Yes. As the referee gets in the way of that one.
That's a good D.
And back over the blue line comes Ryan O'Leary. As O'Leary drops
Watch
that
out.
shot.
Oh, very close with the back door.
As Wegner just missed for Pope Francis. Back to the point, C to D they go. Buffoni shot blocked out front. As now it's put away. Coughlin breaking with DiMartino. 2-on-1 to DiMartino.
Oh, well set up.
Oh, come on. That's not a penalty. What are you kidding me? Oh.
That's terrible.
That's a hockey play.
Terrible. Terrible.
Just let go of it. Yeah, that's a tough call, sorry.
Hey, well, on Western United States out here, Kevin, you're not going to get any calls, but...
As Coughlin put a body on him, he just got rid of the puck.
Yeah, great pass, by the way.
Good hockey play.
Coming down on the 2-on-1 with a great pass by Coughlin, and called interference. Is that the call?
Lousy call, bud. As Coach Lozano wants an explanation.
A big kill here, obviously.
Braintree has a big kill here. As Leonard, Norton, Hutchinson, and Keegan. The penalty kills for the Wamps. As the face-off is won. That's outside, fellas. Take your time, that's all. Take your time, don't go, take your time. There you go. Nice play. Nice smart play by Ryan Norton.
Yeah, nice play. Good hockey play by Norton.
Slow it down.
Great hockey IQ.
I should just call the game and stop coaching.
Terrible.
Interference. No, that was the hockey check. And Pope Francis on the attack now as they look to set up their power play. As they get it down low, cleared up the left wing side. As it's slid back to the point now, Bolduck will get it down low. Nice work by Keegan, and it just gets out of the zone. Nice work by Leonard to get it out. And back the other way now to Pope Francis. Cleared in, rung around with Proba. Going after it. Stopped at the point by Bolduck. Bolduck's shot is blocked. There's now Hutchinson. Had a chance and it stopped, and back the other way comes with Proba. With Proba's shot.
Save. Oh boy.
Leonard will clear at the length of the ice. Braintree will look to change. Need some blue shirts out there. There they come. Here comes the cavalry.
Nice play by Donovan.
Nice work
Very
by
smooth.
Donovan to stop the play and clear it down. He's now starting out as Russ. He's got the other way to Pope Francis. Coming out through center is Rhodes. He's
Play
knocked
by
down.
Flinty.
As Donovan will clear it down.
That's going to just about do it there, Kevin.
Seconds will pick off the power play. Good kill by the one.
Let's Coughlin come out.
And Braintree back at full strength. And Pope Prince, I don't even think they got a shot. Maybe they got a shot on goal. As it's played back into the Braintree zone, Gaffney clears it around. As it's picked up, and now away comes Coughlin. Derek Coughlin with the head of steam.
Good bid.
5 holes.
Yeah.
And Rhodes just closed it up. And Coughlin had a chance.
Well rested coming out of the box, Kevin, and he just has jet.
Head of steam. You're not going to catch him, Ted.
Not too many defensemen can contain him. He just that added gear. He just he gets by that defenseman.
Yeah.
And I think he's probably kicked off a little bit. That's a terrible call.
It was not a good
Terrible.
call, but
Well, we got to go on. We got to forget about it.
there's a face-off looking to the right of Rhodes.
Maybe the next one will come our way. We'll
That's
see.
right. O'Leary on the draw against Coughlin. As it's won and controlled by the Wamps. As Coughlin gets it back. As Cody gets it across and now pulled back in by Ridge and gathered up by Buffoni.
It's played by Coughlin.
Buffoni's pass is stopped by Coughlin. As it's played back in and now picked up. Nice work by
Ridge. Oh, fancy there, huh? That's the numbers there, Kevin.
Cardinals, 3-on-2. As DiMartino tries to tip it. As now with it is Coughlin. As he
There it
gets
is.
it over.
Oh,
Down
good.
the front.
There it is.
Cardinals on the rebound. Braintree up 1-0.
Johnny on the spot. Coughlin made that play. Coughlin has it on the blue line. Got it over to Ridge, and
Ridge's shot
Ridge let it go. It got through traffic. Rhodes with a nice save, but puts it right out to Fasano, and big goal.
It certainly is. With
It's a big play.
2:18 left. Braintree takes a 1-0 lead. As it's played back in, that'll be Fasano.
They're calling that, Kevin. Awful. Awful.
I didn't see it.
He hit him on the stick, and he let the stick go. Yeah. There you go.
Ridge and Coughlin. Coughlin passed it over to Ridge.
He did.
He didn't even give him a helper. He got a helper and out.
Yeah, Coughlin, he definitely got an assist on that with the Ridge. Ridge threw it in and Fuggy let it go, but right back at you with another penalty.
Braintree's got to kill it off as it's won by Pope Francis. As they play catch, right side, back in the corner in the bumper. As it's nice pick up by Leonard as he breaks up Ryan O'Leary in the slot. As Nolan Leonard is slowed down and Hutchinson on the attack.
Nice hit by Hutch.
On the forecheck. Get back. Graziano's off to interference. I'd be looking to set it up for Pope Francis as they ring him around. Going after it now is Bolduc as he gets it along the side wall.
Watch out.
Squat, save,
Get it out.
cleared into the corner and cleared around by Norton. He gets it down the length of the ice.
Big save by Fitzy.
And you got to get some blue shirts out there, boys.
Got some numbers.
Numbers
Way to
coming
get back.
Nice work to break up the play to Bucco.
That's a
And
great
then clears it the length of the ice.
Yeah, Tabuco's a beast.
Yes, Kenny Tabuco. As we're under a minute to go here in the second period. We're starting out now is Pope Francis. As it stops and coming out now slowly, Jarrow. As it's broken up at the blue line by Gaffney and
Played
cleared the
by
length
Gaff
of the
all
ice by
around.
Gaff. As we're approaching 30 seconds left in the period. And starting out now is Russ from Pope Francis as he gets it over the blue line. Shot.
Oh, nice play.
Nice break up by Tabuco. As back behind the net, Pope Francis looking for a bid. Back out to the point. They go D to D down to Russ. Russ's shot saved with 10 seconds left.
5 seconds left in the penalty. Braintree doing a great job containing
They
the
are.
guys.
They really are, Ted. Face-off will be to the left. Big draw here, Teddy. Yeah, nice win by Coughlin. And scaled the length of the ice by Norton.
That's a big kill.
And that should do it for the period.
Oh, dangerous.
As that's going to end it. As Braintree kills it off and keeps the lead.
Yeah, they had two big kills. I'm not to say the refs were looking to call a quick penalty, but they called a quick penalty after that goal. And
Didn't they, Ted?
Graziano just kind of hit on the stick. The kid let the stick go, and the guy thought about it for 2 seconds to blow the whistle. But what are you going to do?
No.
So that's a big period, big goal. We have a Coughlin to Ridge to Fasano. Regardless, great puck movement.
Yes,
And-
that's the key.
And there's so many goals on a rebound. That's how you get the goals. And Fuzzy's been a sniper as the season's gone on. He's scored a lot of big goals. And I don't know what the shot count was. I had a lot more shots than these guys have it, but who cares what the shots are?
Hey.
It's 1-0 after 2.
That's the key.
Yeah, so that's
Braintree have 1-0 after 2. We're going to go to the Emmy Award-winning Teddy's Trivia. Ted, take it away.
Yeah, we're right to Western Mass, Central Mass. You know, guys from Southern think Western Mass
That's a different state, isn't it?
is west of Mass Ave, but Kevin's a whole state beyond 128 that you've never seen before. So here we are. We stopped at Sturbridge Village on the way out, which was fun.
The gift shop.
Oh, yeah, went to the gift shop. Well, we're going to ask some questions about Western Mass, Central Mass, hockey. And it's a great prize. BCAM really stepped up. We have a one-night stay at the Motel 6 in Springfield, Massachusetts. So that's, you can't beat that at all. And let's go right to it.
All right.
Springfield's had a strong, storied hockey tradition. Back in the day, the Springfield Indians operated in various leagues. The Can-Am League, the AHL, they were an affiliate of the New York Rangers. They were here for about 8 decades. And there was a man in charge for almost 50 years. He purchased the Indians after retiring from the Bruins in 1939. He was a player, coach, general manager until it was sold sometime in the mid-90s. But tell us the owner, the former owner of the Springfield Indians, he's actually in the NHL Hockey Hall of Fame. He's a very famous hockey name. Second question, this man was born in Worcester, but he grew up in the Springfield suburb of Wilbraham. Played junior hockey for the Springfield Olympics, known as the Pick, Springfield Pick. 18 years in the NHL, played on 2 Olympic teams, two Stanley Cups, one with New Jersey, one with Pittsburgh. Played for the Bruins. Played 2 years at your favorite college, Boston College, and had 429 goals in the NHL.
Wow, good career.
And the third one here, one of the greatest collegiate hockey upsets of all time happened March 23rd, 2006, 16 years ago, when a number 4 seed from Massachusetts beat the number 1 team, Minnesota, in overtime in the West Regional. That was quite a game.
Yeah.
That was one of the biggest upsets in the history of mankind, I think.
I think they were were they the 16th seed?
They were. Oh, yeah. They were lucky to be there, and they haven't been back since. But name that team. And those are the 3 questions. So hopefully we have a winner in the answers and that great prize. Don't want to miss that prize, Kevin.
Well, good work. We're going to pay some bills, watch the ladies dance here to the YMCA song. See some ice.
Where was the pregame? That's what I want to know.
And we'll be back for the start of the 3rd period. And the answers to Teddy's Trivia, Braintree up 1-0 after 2. See you in a bit. right, we're back from the start of the third period. And the answers to Teddy's trivia. Good question, Ted.
Yeah, not bad. You know, we got a winner. Joe from Southie.
Joe from Southie.
Will not leave his last name. He's calling from a payphone on some gin mill on West Broadway. And we said, drop it off in a bag. And we'll do that. But yeah, he can take the missus out to Springfield to the Motel 6. But anyway, here are the answers. Eddie Shore.
Eddie Shore, wow.
Old-time hockey, Eddie Shore.
Amazing.
Left the Bruins in 39, and he was the player, coach, general manager for the Springfield Indians for past 5 decades. They played in the AHL. They were an affiliate of the New York Rangers. A lot of colorful stories about him. Bill Guerin is the second one. He had a great NHL career. One of the best Massachusetts players to play in the NHL. Scored a ton of goals. Real big, strong kid. Played in the Olympics. Played, I think, 18 years in the NHL. And the last was Holy Cross. Holy Cross Crusaders.
Wow.
It was a David versus Goliath.
Yes.
And I remember watching the game, back in 2006, and they beat the #1 team in the country, Minnesota, in overtime.
Wow.
It was unbelievable.
And I think Minnesota has...
Great job, by the way.
Thank you. Another fan.
Oh, yeah.
Minnesota has 28,000 students, 30,000.
Yeah.
And what's Holy Cross? A few thousand,
A
maybe?
few thousand, yeah. It was great. So
All right, well, we're back now. The start of the third period. We don't need any more goals, Ted. We just got to keep it out of our net.
Yeah, let's stay out of the box, hopefully.
Stay out of the box. And, quick shot by Norton and a save by Rhodes. As it slid out and stopped at the point. Played back in by Keegan. As we had a nice visit from Coach Kevin Burchill.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Right.
The Lady Wamps, Wednesday night at 6 at the Zap. Please join us.
Versus Winchester.
Yes, and Kevin's been at it for 22 years. Good luck to Coach Birch and the Lady Wamps. As the play is at center, Pisano, DiMartino fighting for it. Coughlin over the blue line. As Coughlin...
Tough not to call that one.
Yeah, he was hit high there.
That was a two-hander.
As Braintree will go back on the forecheck as they have to tag up. As now Pope Princess starts out. No icing. Donovan back to get it. As he gets it over to Gaffney.
Oh, good work.
Gaffney just couldn't connect with Coughlin and DiMartino.
Good idea by Gaff with the long ball.
Had some space there.
Yep. And he connected to the off of the races.
Yes. Face-off will be to the right.
These draws become so much more important at the end of the game.
Every face-off, Ted, you're right. Coughlin on the draw against O'Leary. Face-off is won by Coughlin. It was swung around by Pisano. Gets it to DiMartino. Gets it in deep. The forecheck is on for the Wamps. Nice play by Gaffney. As we don't have icing, back further is Donovan as he'll wing it around. The Cardinals on the forecheck. There's now Garrett Coughlin.
Watch this kid go.
Center, coming out through center, gets it to Hutchinson. DiMartino, and now Braintree will go for the change. As Pope Francis, couple of quick passes to get it out and clear it down. Now they'll go for a change.
Watch out.
As it's cleared back around.
Ridge
going after it on the forecheck is Pope Francis. Back behind the net is Coughlin, like one-man breakout.
Yeah, he usually comes up with the puck.
As Coughlin chips it out to Tabuco. Tabuco chips it in. Steered aside by Rhodes. As back the other way comes Pope Francis. As it's cleared back in. Braintree on the attack now on the forecheck. Is Tabuco, and it's just cleared out to center. As Keegan will clear it down.
No ice.
That's right. You got to put your stick out, bud, to try to get it at least, Good non-icing call. As Braintree applying the forecheck, he had Tabuco with it. Battling for it behind the net. It's picked out by Flynn. As it's cleared and kept in by Norton, right at the blue line.
Yeah, smart play by Norty.
As now Pope Francis looks to start out. Is on the attack now with Keegan. Keegan coming over the blue line. Fake. Close to the corner, played back in by Flynn.
Yeah, smart play by Flinny.
As he can't quite connect with Woods, but Braintree will go for a line change. As back coming out is Pope Francis, coming down.
Oh,
Nice
big
reset
play by Norton.
As Rhodes had a chance out
Lost
front.
the 6.
Is
And a
now
boy.
picking it up. Is Leonard looking for it.
Another nice
sweep
play by
check.
Norty.
Another Norton sweep check. Is now trying to get it out as Hutchinson.
That's the play of the game.
2-on-1 Norton. I'm sorry,
Oh.
Leonard. Rebound.
Hold me back, he says.
Hold me back.
Yeah.
As Boyle, the 6'3 guys,
He's not going to call
going
anything
after
on that,
the
is he?
5'9 guy.
Yeah, they're giving Lennon a hard time for hitting the puck after the whistle. He's talking to him. And that's why the nice Catholic
2-on-1 and
Yeah. The good Catholic voice at the first of that. And anyhow,
face off to the right of Rhodes.
no call.
O'Leary on the draw against Rizzo, and it's skated away by Pope Francis. Coming down the left wing side. Cleared in, cleared around. Duran tries to tip it up, it's stopped. There's now whistle.
Couldn't connect.
Can't connect with McGuire. McGuire chasing after Buffoni as it's chipped and started out by Pope Francis.
Oh, dangerous.
Forecheck.
McGuire almost grabbed it.
Yeah, McGuire almost had a shot.
be nice.
He's going to get icing on Pope Francis. With 10:48 left in the third period, Braintree up 1-0.
Let the hockey go.
There is.
Crowd's a little subdued here. Pins and needles. People are a little pensive.
Face off to the right of Rhodes. Coughlin on the draw against Petrovic. Won by Coughlin. Shot save, rebound, still loose.
Oh, good bid by
A
Donovan.
quick shot by Coughlin on the rebound. The Donovan shot was right on.
Kept it nice and low and nice little rebound opportunity.
Face off to the right of Rhodes. As the ref called out the Braintree player, is battling in on the dot, and it's skated away by Pope Francis.
Nice pass.
As Coughlin gets it over to Gaffney. Gaffney clears it in. Pisano on the forecheck. We're going to get icing on Pope Francis again.
A lot of ices there.
Yeah, Pope Francis not connecting.
Convert one of these face-offs here, Kevin. Get a nice shot to the net.
On the draw is Flynn with Woods and Tabuco and Ridge and Cody. Guys, let him play, will ya? Same guy.
Yeah, this guy's always like 60 yards away blowing the whistle.
As the face-off is won. Quick shot by
shot.
Cody and a save by Rhodes on the draw. Nice win. There's now Pope Francis will try the other side. Kept in by Tabuco on the forecheck. Tabuco battling behind the net. Gets it to Woods. Woods has it. As Braintree's doing the cycle down low. As he goes back the other side, and Woods in the slot to Flynn. Oh, and he just couldn't get the shot on, and now it's skated away by
Nice pass by Woodsy there.
as it's stopped by Tabuco and cleared back in. As Braintree will get right in there and cause the face-off in the offensive zone.
Nice pass by Flinny.
Yeah, really.
By Woodsy to Flinny. Really creative.
Face-off to the right of Rhodes. Leonard Hutch and Graziano. Face-off is down. Skated away by Pope Francis, but played in by Norton. Kept in at the point. As Hutchinson will back it up. Hutchinson clears it in off of Leonard. As Hutchinson back.
Oh, hold down.
They're going to let that go.
Oh, they're not calling that.
We'll let that go.
Not in this building.
And now with it coming down the swing is
Pretty fancy move there, huh?
O'Leary is forced around the back of the net.
Pretty good hands that kid has.
Yeah, Ryan O'Leary, the junior. As Braintree battles to try to get it out, and now it's skated away by Graziano as he gets it up to Hutch.
Not play.
Cleared back in. Leonard on the forecheck. As St. Francis will go D to D. And it's cleared down. Cleared back. Back far now is Norton. As Norton gets it over to Keegan. As Keegan gets it up the board and tipped out to center by Martino, and Braintree will try it again. Nice work at the point by the Bulldogs to keep it up. As it's played back in, and now Norton uses his backhand to try to get it out. And now it's played out and played back in. Pope Francis will have to touch back up. Now Ryan Norton will chip it out to center. As Pope Francis is offside. And with it now is Keegan. And Keegan spins down.
Nice pass.
And it's played out to the red line, played back in.
Oh, boy.
It's by Keegan now. As he's forechecked by Ivy. Ivy battling hard, and Ivy gets it to Foyle. Save, rebound loose, and tied up by Fitzgerald. There's Graziano in to push Foyle out of the way. Coach Pisano telling the D to move it forward, move it forward. Get it out of harm's way.
Get it out.
Win on the draw against Ivy. As it's controlled by Wamps. Hit into the corner by Donovan. And Flynn loses it, still loose. And now Woods will look to start out. Woods plays it the length of the ice. Braintree will look to regroup in their own zone. Against O'Leary as it stopped in the dot, kicked around, batted around, cleared out, played back in the corner. O'Leary and Donovan going after it. Braintree having a hard time getting it out of their zone at the moment. Good forecheck by the Cardinals. As now with it is Gaffney as he's looking up, shot, by Fitz. That's Fitzgerald makes a great save.
Yes, that's a big save by
Fitzgerald. And back on the weak side. Shot goes wide. Played back around. Braintree back on our heels. You're right.
Gotta get it up.
Got time. Here you go, Owen. There you go.
That's a high stick.
High stick. Let it go. Should have let that go.
Yeah. Clearly a high stick. Just got to get out of the zone here, boys. Having some trouble here. As they slip it out to the red line. Braintree will try to get a quick change. As the ref gets in the way again. Thank you. He's been everywhere.
Now back forward is Donovan. And Donovan gets it to Hutchinson. And Hutchinson ices it.
6:29 to go in the third, Kevin.
Might be a little flat-footed, running around their own zone.
You're right.
They get control here.
On the big draw here.
Landed on the draw against Ivy. This pass is controlled by Pope Francis. Slid in deep. As Riggs will get it out. Stops at the point. As now it's played out to center.
Watch this.
As Leonard hustling after it. As Pope Francis falls down, now Hutchinson has it. Hutchinson shot, saved by Rhodes.
That's good.
Got a chance.
Good hustle with Graziano.
Yeah, Graziano right there on the goal mouth.
Kind of forced that turnover. Tough angle and then shot.
Yeah. Face-off will be to the left of Rhodes. Ivy on the draw against Hutchinson. As it Settled for on the dot. Back to the point. Cody shot. Saved by Rhodes as he saw it all the way.
And that's a wrist shot by Cody.
Yeah. Through Cody, the junior defenseman. The Coughlin line will come on now. Coughlin, DiMartino, and Fasano. Against O'Leary, Moultrie, and Wiggins. The faceoff is one, controlled by the Wamps, but just played out by Pope Francis. Cody gets it over, and it's played back in. And now it's looking up.
They get it out.
Get it out, fellas.
Nice hit.
Oh, my goodness.
Get a lot of net to shoot at right there, and
As it's played out to center. 2-on-1 now. Coughlin with DiMartino. Coughlin shot off the pipe and goes up high. Wow.
Off the crossbar. And
off the crossbar. And Jared Coughlin picked his spot and missed by a millimeter.
Yeah, big miss there. 2-on-1. He kind of played the other guy off. He had the goalie beat.
He did? Flynn on the draw against O'Leary. Faceoff is down, picked up by Tabuco. Tabuco, stick handling in the corner, loses it. And it's cleared out to center and stopped by Norton as Norton shoots it back in. Braintree tags up.
Dangerous.
So Francis trying to start out now. As
Watch out.
coming out to center is O'Leary. I'm sorry, Ivy's broken up.
Nice back check by Flinney.
Picked up by Flynn. It goes to the point. Shot to the point. Good D-to-D play. Keegan was kind of ringing around and he stands on it. He's getting the pressure on now. Back with it in
Watch
the
out.
slot. Oh, nice block out.
Another nice block. After this Braintree team blocks a lot of shots, Kevin.
Oh, we got another penalty on Pope Francis.
That's their superstar there, too. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it, Kevin. That's the superstar, right?
Yeah, he got 31 points and 2 penalties tonight, Ted. He must have knocked a stick his flag. Somebody, I saw his
That's
stick
the
go
paymaker.
flying.
Call it one way, gonna call it the other, I guess. But
I saw the stick go
he
flying,
slammed his
Ted.
stick. They don't know who he is.
Oh, with 4:43 left.
Good opportunity here. Be smart, right?
Coughlin, DiMartino, and Fasano. Cody at the point. As it's battled for along the wall, Coughlin picks it up. In the slot to Fasano. Shot, save, doesn't get through. Stopped at the turn by Cody. Cody gets it over to Donovan. Donovan shot. Blocked out front. Picked up by Coughlin. And it's turned away to the right. Now it is Cody. Cody gets it to Josh Donovan. Josh Donovan will come out, coming down the left wing side. Josh Donovan clears it, stops for DiMartino. Shot over to Cody. Cody shot, just goes save.
Wow, good bid by Cody.
Good by Cody. Right.
Bridges has some really good scoring chances here.
Across to the left of Rose. Leonard. Hutchinson. And Graziano.
Oh, no rebound.
And it's saved by Rose.
Nice shot by Keegan. Good bid on the rebound by Graziano.
Braintree in the corner with it. Leonard trying to get it, and now nice work by Graziano to win the one-on-one puck battle. Is with it now is Hutchinson. Hutchinson back to Keegan. Keegan looking for some space. Down low. Leonard shot.
Handcuffed him.
Saved by Rhodes. And now it's over to Norton in the slot. Oh! And Leonard just stands on his shot. With 32 seconds left on the man advantage.
That's a heck of a power play, Kevin. How many shots on that can you have?
Face off. To the right of Rhodes.
3:15 to go in the third.
Rhodes on the draw. Then Flynn. As they battle in the dot. Still loose. And it's cleared out and cleared down the length of the ice.
Careful.
20 seconds left on the man advantage. Braintree will start out for final breakout for the power play. As it's now Keegan. Keegan going forward with it. Danny Keegan gets it in deep.
Hey, he can move.
Wood. Wood keeps it alive. Gets it down low. Cleared back out to
He's out. Ivy's out.
no ice. Killed by Pope Francis. As now it's filled down the length of the ice, and we're going to get icing on the Wamps. Defense is going to take off.
Yeah, this is crunch time, Kevin. 2:31, timeouts for both teams.
Face off to the left.
See how we face off go. We got Coughlin
Ivy on
Swaddle.
the draw against Coughlin. Won by Coughlin. Cleared around to Fasano. And Fasano tries to chip it out. Can't get it out. Still can't get it out. Cleared back. Now with it is Gaffney. We'll try the other side. As it stops at the point, shot.
Oh.
Cleared by Fitzy. That was like a knuckle puck, Teddy.
Yeah, that was a change of pace coming in, and Fitzy grabbed it. No worries.
Leonard, Hutchinson, and Graziano with Gaffney in front of him. As Pope Francis will take their time out, Ted. With 2:13 left here. Third period.
Probably good timeout.
Yeah, probably
Being
talk
down
over
one.
when they're going to pull the goalie.
Yep.
If they do it now, you know. Never know.
Give that first line a little bit of a breather, let them skate a little bit longer. If you're behind, it makes sense. If you're ahead, doesn't make sense to make a timeout. But we'll see what happens. It's a pretty good hockey game, Kevin.
I'll say. I'll say.
It's a long 2:13.
You're not kidding. Coach Fasano, Coach Larkin.
Yeah, they've coached a few
Rizzo?
games. Yeah, they
Counter, make the sure pass. Don't play with it.
don't play with it. Get it out.
Try to use your forehand if you can. Don't use your backhand, as Coach Ward used to always say.
That's great insight, Kevin, isn't it?
You try to flip it out on your backhand, you get nothing on it.
Yeah.
Get your body in position. And give it a ride.
So a little pensive in here, Kevin. They're a pin drop, as they say now.
As Rhodes will go back in net for now.
He's there, and let's watch him. That's why getting it out of the zone is so important, to keep that goalie in the net.
Keep the play down the other end.
That's it. Oh, they're calling him over. Get a little head and shoulder fake.
Oh, okay.
The head and shoulder fake. He's out now.
So
They did the.
Francis will be 6-on-5. There's 3:13 left.
These guys are cute operators.
That is the meta. They work the play.
Oh,
Tip out. Tip
boy.
down. We'll get icing.
Don't need the goal.
Yeah.
I want to kill the time.
Leonard had a few feet. He could have carried it just a little bit, but
hey, if it goes in, it ices it. We get that. But let's win this draw, huh?
Coughlin is on now.
They're kind of changing up the line here.
Coughlin, the senior in leadership.
Got to get it out, boys.
Coughlin battles along the board. Back behind the net for Gaffney. As it's tipped in.
Watch out. Nice poke check.
Tipped out. Coughlin going for it now. Coughlin gets some help. Oh, Jesus! Oh, too unselfish, said, huh? He might have had a chance if he took a shot, but that's okay, and now he will! Kyle Hutchinson with the empty netter with 1:36. Braintree goes up 2-0.
That's a big win. Well, it's not over yet. That's a big goal, I should say. That's a big.
Kidding.
And you're talking about Coughlin giving up that shot. That's Coughlin's play. You know, he figured the other guys had a better chance. But it's as Fitzy rightly says, too soon to celebrate. He's just calm it down and get a minute 36 to go. So what can happen? So
work to be done here.
You got to be smart, stay out of the box.
I suspect they'll try to pull the goalie again.
Yeah, might as well.
If they get control, push it forward. Woods will play it back down. Pope Francis starting it out as Russ. Russ plays it in deep. Norton's going after it.
Good work by Norty.
Norton, that's right, using his body. It's played out to center, going after this Tabuco as they tried to get the goalie out. And now we're going to get offside, but that's okay. Let it go.
Takes up play.
As we're coming to a minute left here in the game. Back over the blue line is Foyle.
Nice block.
Blocked by Norton. Goes back out the other side.
Goalie's out.
Pope Francis pulled the netminder again. As the play is in the Braintree zone, Ivy has it. Shot.
50, big save.
Big save. 44 seconds left.
I'll tell you, 50's been tested. They say 19 shots for Pope Francis. They've been some good shots, I'll tell you. He's made a lot of big saves. He's a cool customer, Kevin.
He is. He is. Off to the left of Lowe. Coughlin on the draw. Wins by Coughlin, but back to the point is Pope Francis control. Shot saved by Fitzgerald. Back to the point. As they go D to D, shot deflected wide out front.
30 seconds to go.
They've been battling forward and winged around now. Back to the point. As it's blocked and now coming away is Graziano. DiMartino with the goal with 21 seconds left, and I think that'll seal it, Ted.
Unbelievable. It'll go down as a 3-0 game, but that's a tight game. 1-0 really. You pull the goalie and
we have 21 seconds left.
Yeah.
On an empty net goal by Charlie DiMartino and Kyle Hutchinson. And now we got a penalty against Coughlin.
For what?
I don't know what that's all about.
What was the call?
I don't know what the call was.
It's a second penalty.
So 21 seconds left, 3-0 Wamps. And the ref has to get his whistle out and call one for good measure.
Wants to even.
Nice work, broken up by Cody and cleared out to center.
That's a big win here for the Braintree Wamps.
Coming over the blue line, shot over the net.
That'll do it.
And Braintree wins! 3-0!
That's a big win for the Braintree Wamps.
And they will advance.
We don't know who they'll play and when they're going to play. I guess the winner of the St. John's game at some point, but that's a big win. That's a big win for the boys. And you come out,
To their house.
and it's funny, as we talked about it, Kevin, this is when first year without the Super 8, and I think Coach Foley was one of the people who wanted to get rid of the Super 8 because it was north and south. So if you're out in the west, you had to go down to the Gallo, or you had to go to the north. And it kind of worked out for me. It's had 2 home games out here, and you had to jump on the bus and take the school trip out here. But I'll tell you, these guys will never forget it.
Oh, no, not at all.
And this is a very, very good team and a storied team. And this is a class act here, well coached by Coach Brian Poe, who's been here for 20 years. He's got a juggernaut out here, but these kids played a hard game. It was a clean game, Kevin.
It was.
The only penalties were like some interference calls, which could have gone either way. There were no cheap shots, there were no hits from behind, and it really was a 1-0 game.
It was.
You know, Fuzzy got that goal from Coughlin to Ridge to Fuzz, and then a goal from Hutch and DiMartino, the empty netters to seal it. But that was nerve-wracking. That was a nerve-wracking. And I heard the parents took a bus out here too.
Did they?
Yeah.
Really?
That might be a fun ride back.
Well, I'll tell you. Is that fun wire or what?
Yeah. But it's a good high school game, Kevin, start to finish, and Braintree travels well. But for a Monday game at 6:30, that was really unbelievable. The people who took the trip out here, and well, that's great. I guess we'll do the next one. I don't know where it's going to be, and we'll figure it out.
No, as we advance, Ben, we live for another day.
Yeah, that's a big win.
Congratulations to Coach Padano and Coach Padano, Coach Blacken, Coach Rizzo. A shout out to Jack Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
State tournament.
Yeah, that's it.
Coach Liz getting the crowd going. Probably one of the bigger wins in the program's history, I think.
Absolutely.
On
Yeah.
the road in Springfield.
Yeah, it's to play these guys. These guys are essentially the BC High of the West,
Yes.
and they always have them. They get all the players from this area,
That's right.
and it's a good hockey area too.
Coach
And,
Francis in 2020 was the Super 8 champion.
Yes, there you go.
They didn't have a tournament last year.
And they put players into Division I. They put some players in the NHL, and that's a great win. I feel good for the coaching staff. Because a lot of it, you got to get some bounces. Sometimes in the years past, we haven't got the bounces.
No.
We got the bounces today, and we played smart hockey. You know, there were a few penalties that could have been questionable, but I think the rest did actually a pretty good job. They didn't change the play.
Right.
Here we go. We got the super fans here, and the people are fired up to say the least, Kevin. You know, I don't know what else we're going to say. That's a big win for the Wamps, and hopefully we're playing closer to home next time. And I wonder if we can sneak on that bus on the ride back.
I don't know. That might be fun to just to come out and get
There you go,
tomorrow.
Yeah.
What a nice win for the Wamps. Great crowd here, the students, the moms.
Yeah.
And the boys traveled in style.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Jim
And we got the Joyce brothers here too. Us at Sheriff's on.
who owns Lambert Market, Rainbow Market, made up sandwiches for the bus ride for the kids.
Very nice.
Still enjoy those sandwiches. Danny Lambert was a 1986 draft of Braintree High, a baseball player out of the state championship team. So
Pretty good.
There must have been no sandwiches, Danny, on the way out, and hopefully a few more for the way back.
Absolutely.
So, wow, until next time, my voice will probably come back, hopefully, and we don't know where or when, but wherever it is, we will be there.
We'll be there.
For sure.
We'll go anywhere. We go to Springfield, you go anywhere, right?
Absolutely. It's got to be a shot of right next time. My thanks to Christine Patterson behind the camera, Ted Harrington, as usual, great Teddy trivia. We got a couple of visitors, Brian Cusack, and
He's a fan of the game, I think. Yeah, he was a fan of the game.
Yeah. Naturally, the great travel section for the Wamps. So thanks to Wes Ray back in the studio, Jerry Comic, and until next time, we'll see you at the next playoff game. Have a great ride home to Braintree. See ya.